Okay, I'm gonna yap, and gonna have an herbal. So these are honey rose. There's tobacco free, negative free, additive free. So it's just like fucking plants and shit. I don't know. Don't do this, I guess. But no. Okay. So something I wanted to talk about was like how I have this like interesting way of viewing my body, I suppose, or like viewing how people find me attractive. Like I find myself attractive, but I have a hard time believing that other people find me attractive. And it's not like something that I'm like happy about, obviously. Like I don't want to like or okay, sorry. I don't even like know what I'm saying half the time right now, but I don't know where that came from. I guess like obviously it probably came from some like old experiences of like being told that I'm like not attractive. Cuz I mean that's what I kind of grew up being told by my peers, is that I wasn't attractive. And obviously like I'm not like fucking Gigi Hadid or whatever the fuck her name is. I'm no supermodel by any means, but like I don't think that I'm unattractive. I mean, like I know a lot of people, and I know that I'm more attractive than some of these people. But it's not, I don't know. I also think I'm not attractive to the people that I find attractive. And it's really frustrating and disconcerting because it's like, okay, like, will I ever find anybody? Like, I mean, I've found people in the past, obviously. Like, it's not like I've never dated before, but like, those relationships have never lasted. So I'm like, how am I going to get in a relationship with someone that I find attractive and want to spend the rest of my life with, and they also find me attractive and want to spend the rest of their life with me? Because I just don't know if the people that I find attractive, I don't know, I can't believe that attractive people find me attractive, because I'm not, like, it's not like I'm, like, trying to date outside my league or anything like that. Like, I'm not like, oh, like, let me go and be with Clavicular or, like, some fucking, like, Henry Cavill. Like, I'm not dumb. Like, I know I'm not, like, that level of, like, sex appeal. Like, I'm not trying to, like, pull outside my weight or whatever the fuck it's called, but I don't want to date people that I don't find attractive. Like, I'm not trying to settle. Who is screaming? I don't know. But it's just, it doesn't, and I want to be in a relationship right now. I mean, I've said before that I don't. I don't know who's screaming. Like, I've said in the past, and past recently, like, the recent past, that I don't want to be in a relationship right now, because I'm just like, oh, like, I need to work on myself, which, yes, but, like, I've never been in a relationship and, like, stopped trying to work on myself. It was always like, oh, like, I'm gonna be in this relationship and I'm also gonna be bettering myself as a person. But I don't like necessarily being single just because I like being in love. Like, I enjoy being, like, being in love and being happy and having that dopamine rush of love and being loved and all that stuff is my favorite drug in the world. Not that I'm a huge drug person. It's not like I'm like, oh, like, it's better than coke. Like, I've never done anything crazy, obviously, but like, if I out of all the substances I've ever known, love trumps all of them. Like, being in love and having that rush of adrenaline and dopamine and serotonin, because it's just so intense. And I miss that feeling because obviously, like, I don't know. And the validation that comes with being in a relationship and being like having someone attracted to you, man, it's unlike anything else. I don't know. I'm definitely not aromantic or asexual. That's for sure. I'm a huge fan of romance. And it's been a while since I like experienced true romance. Cause like, I mean, with my ex-boyfriend, he was just like lazy. He was lazy and he didn't try being a good partner. And so I was pulling all my weight. Like I was the sole driver of that relationship. And it kind of got to the point where I was just like, I'm not happy. I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't know why I'm keeping up and putting my energy into something that isn't giving me anything back. And so I just kind of ended up, yeah, like I broke things off, and now I'm like looking for my next relationship, I guess. Like, I want to be in a relationship, but I'm not going to be in another relationship unless I'm like, oh yeah, this is gonna, like, I'm actually gonna, like, I think this person and I could last. Like, I'm gonna be more realistic instead of just hopeful about whatever kind of thing I'm doing. Because I don't want to end up in another situation where I'm like dating for someone for like 2 months and then I realize how much of a shitbag they are. I'm like, because like I want to know somebody a lot deeper, but I want to skip to the good and fun part now. Like, I have a crush on a guy that I went on a date with the other day. He was really cool, very handsome, and now I have feelings for somebody beyond just like base level attraction, where I'm just like, oh, like this person is attractive. Like, now I've actually talked to this person. I'm like, okay, like we have a lot of the same interests, a lot of the same history, and it's like I now I have foot in the game. Now I'm like in the game for my feelings to get hurt, and I don't have that with any of the other stuff that I'm working on right now. Like, I've got a couple friends with benefits, because I can do that, but I don't have anyone like really romantic right now. And that's the part that I like. I don't care as much. Like, obviously, like, having sex is great. Love it. But it doesn't compare to the butterflies that you feel when you like somebody or someone like expresses their attraction towards you beyond sexual stuff. I mean, like, obviously that feels good to know that someone's sexually attracted to you, but like, men will fuck anything that moves. Like, men fuck sheep. So it's like I'm not special in the respect of what my because like there's so many vaginas out there. They will literally put their dick in any vagina. So it's like my vagina is not different. But like, I'm not like, a guy's not gonna fall in love with just any person, right? And I want to be the person that somebody falls in love with instead of just someone that they're like, oh yeah, like, I'm attracted to this person, I guess, and then they decide that they'll fuck me. Because it's like, cool, awesome, I'm glad that I get to have something, but it's like, I don't want to be, man, I did not even smoke this all that much. Like, I don't want, like, it to just be like some kind of lame thing like that, because it's just, I don't know, like, I miss, like, it's hard, because it's like, when even was the last time that, this is a fucking shell, why is there a shell there? This is the middle of Minnesota. Anyways, but like, I don't want to be someone's like second or third or fourth choice, because that's what I've been for years. Like, well, for this, except for like this one guy I dated, he like was like, I broke up with him because he was too attached to me, because I was like, I didn't have enough time. I just didn't have I like, whatever, like, it just, there wasn't enough for me there to be able to fully give him the relationship he wanted. So I was like, okay, like, I'm gonna cut you off, I'm gonna let you loose, and you're gonna find someone who's gonna appreciate it more. And like, he's in a relationship now, with some new girl, and we broke up we broke up like last fall. But he's got a new girl now, and she, like, from what I've seen of her, like, on her Instagram, she seems like a lot better fit for him, because he was a lot more, I don't want to say like plain or boring, but like he, like, the most interesting and cool and like out there thing about him was the fact that he was dating me. Like, the most, yeah, like, he's never had a drop of alcohol, he's never smoked weed, he's never, like, he was valedictorian, all this, like, I mean, he was a great guy too, but I'm just like, this, like, you don't match me enough, and so it's like, I feel like I can't truly be myself, because I have to either choose between fitting in this relationship and being able to be my own person. And so I was like, okay, like, this isn't gonna work forever because I'm unhappy. Cut him off. And then I got in a relationship after that with my ex-girlfriend, and it was kind of the same situation except in reverse, where it's just like, it was like, well, I don't know who you are anymore, and so like, they just, like, she didn't like the person I was anymore in a romantic way, and I was like, oh, awesome, that's so cool. I don't even know what that means. And because, like, because this was, like, I got with her pretty quickly after my ex-boyfriend, so I, was still, like, I went from, being the perfect, well, not perfect, but, like, being a more average-looking girl to, like, trying to find myself in my own identity again, so I kind of swung all the way over to the other side, where I dyed my hair pink, I, like, just started being a lot more, like, punk, I suppose, and she didn't like that, because that wasn't the person I was during Sam, or even before Sam. Like, I fully swung to a different kind of place I hadn't been since, like, sophomore year, except sophomore year, I was very much, like, metalhead poser, and so I swung to this, like, I wasn't, like, a punk poser. I mean, I listened to punk music, and I had punk beliefs, and I looked punk, blah, 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 but, like, that was kind of that, like, I don't, like, it's hard, because it's, like, I feel like every kind of person I've ever been, like, every version of myself has been true to myself. It's just, like, that's not true to who I am now, and it's not true to the person that I will be in the future, but it's still important that that's who I was. And I just don't know, like, I don't really know how to, like, necessarily always navigate that, where I'm like, oh, like, who am I? Because I think everything that I am is who I am, but I don't know, it's a more difficult concept for me to kind of approach, and then, like, when it swings back around to, like, what kind of person do I need to be for people to be attracted to me? But I don't want to be giving up who I am to reach that, attracted to me, you know what I mean? I don't know, like, I don't want to change who I am to fit somebody else's standards, but I'm also aware that if I want to fit into somebody else's standards, I have to change who I am. I don't, like, so I'm, like, stuck at the standstill of, like, I have some friends, but I'm like, I don't have a whole lot of friends, just because the way I am, like, is a very, like, distinct kind of thing that people aren't used to, because it's so hard for me to try and blend in and be like everybody else, because I have raging ADHD and like a little bit of autism. So I'm like, how do I navigate making friends, making relationships, being a partner to somebody, or not, like, being a partner to somebody, like, that's the easy part, but being somebody else's part, like, I don't know how to, like, articulate this in a way that necessarily makes a whole lot of sense, but, like, I want to be myself, but it's hard for me to be myself in the context of other people. Being myself in the context of my own kind of bubble is a lot different, because it's like I've gotten so used to being alone that I'm like, okay, like, I know, like, kind of who I am. Like, I don't feel like I have to, like, move up or down, or, like, be a specific way in front of other people. And so what I've been trying to do lately is just kind of be more authentic across the board. But like sometimes people don't like that, like the parts of the things that I'm authentic about, which in some cases is understandable. Like it's still who I am, but it's like I could understand, I suppose, why some people would find it unappealing, whereas another person would find it appealing. So it's like not everybody's going to, if I were to be truly myself, not everybody's going to like me, but that's just kind of the reality for everybody. Not every, like, there's not a single person in the world that everybody likes. You know what I mean? There's always going to be someone who doesn't dislike somebody. It's just like you're more likely to be liked by more people. I say if you're a kind person who does good things, and you have some level of physical attractiveness, just because that's how the world is. And I feel like I have a lot of these qualities that people like, but because of some of the more nitpicky things about me, like broad spectrum, people should be getting along with me very swimmingly. But when you kind of like, so like I'm able to make friends with really anybody I meet because of my broad spectrum personality, like my surface level. Like everybody likes to surface level me, I'd say. Most people do. Like it's like once you get like deeper into different levels and stuff like that, then you're gonna like find more things you either like even more or dislike. But I think that's just kind of how it is for everybody. And like I'm a person I'm able to like a lot of people. Like I feel like the people, like there's not a whole lot of people that I dislike. I mean, there are obviously people I've met that I'm like, I don't like you, but it's not because of some odd quirk you have. It's because you're an asshole or something like that. Like as long as you're doing good by other people and you're doing good by yourself, if you can, then like I'll get along with you for the most part. I mean, there's some times where there's like character traits and I'm like, I can be very surface level your friend, but I don't think I would want to spend a lot of time with you because some of the quirks you have are annoying, but not everybody finds it annoying. And I also have to afford myself that same grace where it's like, okay, like I definitely have parts of myself that are annoying that some people really like and appreciate, and then those same parts are the reason why other people don't want to hang out with me, which should be fine, because it's fine when I think about it in the context of other people. Like, oh, like I still respect someone even if I don't necessarily want to be their friend, but I still respect them and I show kindness to them to whatever extent that I can. Like sometimes I get a little bitchy, but it's mostly with men that I get bitchy at, because it's like I'm not even a little bit, I'm like actually a misandrist. I do believe that women are better than men, and that's not something I'm quiet about by any means. And I know that that's another prickly part of my personality. To other women, in the context of other women, it's a great quality to have, to be man-hating. Like, it's so easy to be a misandrist around other people or other women, because it's like they get it. They understand why you hate men, or you hate, something to do with, because it's like we all experience this struggle. But the fact that I'm bisexual with a heavy leaning towards men, it's hard, because it's like so much of my personality is what men don't like, because men are men and they're patriarchal, and the system benefits them, and the system that benefits them I don't fit into, because I'm not going to act like your mom. I'm not going to pull all the labor. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna be your doll or your robot, or like I'm not gonna be your sex bot, right? Like I'm my own person, and I want to be able to connect with another person who is a man. But it's hard to find men who don't think of every single scenario in the context of their self, their masculinity, and their privilege. And it's like, I mean, obviously I've met guys and I'm like, yeah, you're a genuinely good guy, and I do believe that you don't see yourself or other people as their gender. You just see them as other people. And like, there are guys out there that I'm like, yeah, that's how you view the world. You just see people in the context of people, and those are the kind of people that I end up choosing to be around. But I have a tendency. This isn't for women at all. Like, I don't see women as just women. Like, I see women as people. I don't see women as women in a way. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, oh yeah, that's a woman, but like, she's a person in front of her gender or sex marker. Whereas men, I see them as men. I'm like, that is a man, that is less a person. I view them less in the context as a human being, and more in the context of, that is a man, that man has the possibility of being a threat to my life. Because I'm a woman, and because I live in America in a patriarchal context, so it's like, I don't feel completely and 100% safe around men, and when I do meet a man that I feel safe around, it's like, okay, my how I view them shifts from, this is a man, to, this is my friend who's a human being who happens to be a man. And it takes a lot of trust and a lot of like action through this other person for me to feel that way. It's not just like, oh well, I've gotten to know this guy for X amount of weeks. And it's like, no, like, it could happen in the span of one conversation that I view you, that I go from viewing you as a man to viewing you as a person. Like, it all depends on how this guy speaks to me, how this guy speaks to other people, what he's interested in, what he wants to do with his life. Like, it's like, okay, like, you are more than just this standard that society has put upon you. You are just a human being who's also on this planet, that's also experiencing things at the same time that I am. And it's like, it's so much more like, how self-aware people are is how aware of their humanity I will be. And that's why, like, I so much think about my own self and how I view things, because it's like, I know how I view things because it's how I view things. And so, like, obviously I'm going to be like more quick to like view myself as kind of the person who has thoughts and feelings in the context, because I'm aware of my thoughts and feelings in the context. However, once that other person's kind of perspective and view is shared with me, then I'm like, okay, like, this person also has feelings about this. I can understand and recognize this person as another human. But before that, it's really hard to kind of conceptualize other people's existence. And then we get to, I think I talked about this earlier, like, at the beginning of the video, but, like, in terms of, like, how people see me. Like, do people view me as just some girl who's kind of annoying, or do they see me as Anya, who's charismatic and has a lot of energy? Or, like, do people only see me as this person who's really goofy all over the place, always, like, just, like, not always thinking things through? And I feel like people see that a lot more than they get to see my kind of introspective and, like, deep-mindedness. For, like, the people who've like, tried to know me in every way that they can, has experienced this, and then I feel like once people see this side of me, they, like, I'm a lot more humanized after that. But before that, I feel like in their eyes, I'm just a weird and off-putting woman. And it's, like, hard for me to feel good about myself when that's the kind of way that I view other people viewing me. So I think it maybe does have to do something with self-confidence, for sure. But it's also just kind of like this feedback loop of people not taking me seriously, or people not finding me to be intellectually or physically attractive. I mean, I find myself physically and intellectually attractive most of the time. There are times where I'm like, like, I look really rough, or like, what am I even talking about? And I think, like, one of those times is like, I feel very good about how I am intellectually right now, but physically I'm like, I'm not living up to the standard of beauty that I hold myself to, which fluctuates due to hormones, what I've eaten, if I washed my face or my hair recently, like, if I'm, like, I've got some like lymphatic drainage stuff that needs to happen. Like I'm like my face isn't carved out of stone. Like I'm made of squishy flesh. So why am I trying to expect myself to look the same and perfect all the time? And I'm aware of that. The issue is like I can't accept that as true fact, because then I'm being kind to myself. And being kind to myself is scary, because it's like, well, if I'm too kind to myself, and if I'm like ignoring the things that are wrong with me, then I'm no better than the people that I criticize for being unaware of their surroundings. Then it's like, okay, like, is there a healthy middle ground of being self-aware about my flaws and then loving myself completely and utterly? And I think that as my experience in life as a person, as a woman, as a human being, that's a lot more difficult to do compared to the men that I've talked to. And maybe it's just because guys don't talk about it, because they feel that they can't express themselves in this kind of context of being able to be very open and honest about their insecurities. Because I feel like a lot of guys, it's like, oh, well, like, I could see the argument of like, oh, well, like, everyone talks about how women always have it harder, so like, why should we even talk about our problems? But it's like, I mean, yes, I've probably heard some people, I mean, like, even myself degrading men in a way that isn't fair, but it's also trying to like realize that women do have it harder, because historically, sorry, the sun is shifting, so I have to move over so I can get some more sun. But I just like, I want people to be able to feel open to express, especially men. Well, like, I'm specifically talking about, and I'm not like especially, but like, I want guys to be able to feel that they're able to be very vulnerable and honest about things. But like, I don't know, I feel like there's a but to that statement, but I'm not really sure what that but is. Like, oh, like, because I don't think there is any but to that statement. Like, yes, like, men should be able to be very open and honest about their insecurities. But there's a fine line between being open and honest about your insecurities and being self-deprecating and turning into just some like incel chud who has like a nice guy complex, right? Like, oh, I'm such a nice guy, but everybody hates me. It's like there's like, and I feel like that line can be walked from men and women. It's just like there's a stereotype for men, but I think for women it's probably the side of like that dangerous line of being a pick-me, right? Like, I mean, because it's like, well, yeah, because it's like both centering how the people that you're like centering attraction, like other people's view of you in your life, and not being able to live your own truth, where it's like for pick-me's, it's like, oh, like, I need to like put down other women in order to seem more on the side of the man, whereas there's the nice guy complex of, oh, but like, I'm one of the good ones, like, I would never do or say anything against women, like, I am so much better than these other assholes, where you just have this completely inflated view of yourself and how you are relation to the opposite gender. And then once that nice guy complex gets flipped, where it's like he's rejected, so his view on himself is being denied by someone he holds to a standard, and then he flips out and turns into the thing that he criticizes. And I don't think that this exactly mirrors kind of pick me, but it's a very similar kind of like female or male centering in your life. And it's like, I feel like what a lot of people struggle with, and this is including myself, is being able to balance all of the things that you need to center, or balancing all the views that you need to balance, like your, self-awareness, but then there's also your self-esteem. There's, being able to not be performing for other people, but also being aware that you can't treat people like shit and just expect people to be kind to you. You know what I mean? Like you don't want to be just being nice performatively. You should be doing that genuinely from the bottom of your heart. And it's okay to be not be super seclusive about that, but also not being conflating and like putting your good deeds on a pedestal for other people to approve of. I think that, if what it takes in the beginning is being kind so other people think you're kind in order to become a kind person, if that's what needs to happen, then that's what will happen. Then that's what you should do. But, not using that as a crutch so that every time you do something good, you're doing it for other people. Like, you're doing it because it's the good thing to do. And then also, dressing nice, or, doing your makeup or hair or whatever, or showering or doing self-care for yourself, not for other people. But if it takes, having a good shower routine and wearing deodorant so that you are, in the eyes of approval of your peers, then that's what you should do, because you need to shower, and it's like you can be doing these things for a reason, but it shouldn't always be for that. Like, it should be eventually just turn into I'm doing this because it's the right thing to do. Yeah. I don't know, I always worry that I shouldn't be talking on some of these subjects, because I struggle with these things, so I can't go out and just give people advice to do these things, even if I'm not the best at doing them. But I think I think it's important that I'm aware of the things I need to work on, and that maybe talking about the things that I need to work on will help other people realize that maybe this is something I should work on. Because I think being able to continue to grow and change in life is really important. And then the people who are scared of change end up, staying the same for a long time. And that is not necessarily a good thing. Because I know a lot of people that were I've dated people, not a whole lot. This isn't the majority. This is maybe 1 or 2 people I've dated where they're just I don't want to change myself. I shouldn't have to change myself for you. But it's okay, but you have these qualities that are causing damage to our relationship, and there needs to be change in that area, or else this relationship isn't going to work, and keeping this habit isn't going to just it's not another person's going to be okay with it. This is a genuinely problematic thing that you're doing, and just changing partners isn't going to fix that, or resolve that issue that you have. So being able to change for the better is something that is worth the risk of appearing whatever, you know what I mean? Ooh, it's much darker down here. I had the sun in my eyes that entire time. But yeah, it's I don't know, I'm kind of losing my train of thought here, but just trying to be aware of the line of doing things for others than doing things for yourself, and when does it get to be an issue on either side. And that's something I'm not really sure where that is yet, but it's something I want to figure out, because I think it's an important thing to know, so that I can feel happiest and healthiest within my patterns and behaviors. Yeah, anyways, that's all I really was thinking about. I'm thinking we're gonna go watch some Euphoria and have some frozen strawberries, because that sounds pretty bust right now. But yeah, have a great day. Keep thinking, keep improving, keep growing, and don't be too afraid of taking risks when they matter. Have a great day, or night, morning, whatever. Stay awesome.